Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Hello everyone. How are we doing? How has everyone been on this great Sunday? Happy Wednesday. Today's Thursday, right?
Today is Thursday.
I'm so glad that you can remember for me because I can't. Woo! Hello everyone, my name is Shelby and it is great to see you today. For those of you who don't know me as, Shelby, I am Snow. Snow is random. That is my online alias, has been for years. And a lot of you, if you do know me, don't know me, are unsure of who the hell I am. Well, I will get to that shortly. To start off, what you may not know about me is that I'm an artist, a writer, a drawer, but also as one of my other hobbies, I am a streamer. So that explains kind of this weird, whoa, frames, lights, cool, really sometimes bad palette choices in my opinion. Yes. So I take it upon myself in my free time, when I get the chance, when I'm not studying, drawing, writing, doing the usual. I stream on platforms such as Twitch. I did for a short amount of time stream on YouTube. I create content on YouTube, on other platforms for people to enjoy. And yeah, so I want to bring kind of to light and explain how, at least in my own experiences, how Twitch, YouTube, all those fun, really big platforms that people talk about so greatly sometimes, how those affect not only you or me, but basically everyone around the world. Just to sum up real quick of myself, since I was about 13-ish, my dear friend Finn introduced me to YouTube as a platform. Wasn't really sheltered as a child. I was more so not allowed to do many things as a child. But once I hit 6th grade and I met my friend Finn, who I still talk to this day, and you will see her in a little bit, she introduced me to YouTube and different YouTubers and content creators, and these people that would play games for a living, but would do it for fun, for entertainment, and, children would look at this and be like, hey, that's fun, that's cool, I like that. And, I didn't really have many other friends, middle school, early high school. I was a very secluded, silent person. I mean, when your hobby is writing and you're a middle schooler, you do get a few negative looks, may I say. I look to these content creators and how their entire their mottos, their mission statements almost were, you feel alone, you're not. There are thousands like you, thousands that like the same things as you. There are maybe even millions that do, and you can connect to them and you can bond over things. And not only that, but one day when you feel comfortable, you too could one day do what we do. And that's a message you hear a lot, that it's like, if you want to do it, you can do it. The platform is free. Signing up is free. Nothing is, sold to you. You can do it at your will. There's no, you must do this. It's, I'm about to. When you sign up for these sites, you're not obligated to do something that everybody else does. Create. Do something. Something that you're passionate about. Something you want to make fun of. Something that you may be embarrassed by years later and are tormented by in your sleep. It began to slowly become ingrained into my brain until about 10th grade. And that was when one of my favorite content creators was someone who wasn't big, someone who wasn't as big as some of like the most known faces that you see on YouTube. He was just this small, maybe he just had hit 100,000 subscribers, Australian guy that played horror games that I really enjoyed. And, he quit YouTube as a platform. And one of his last things that he said to, his audience, to his people, and to what felt like even me personally was,
if you'd like to see more content like mine one day, then why not try giving it a go? It can be a lot of fun making this stuff.
Don't let it slip away. And, by that point I had already tried starting my own channels, making my own channels, and I was like, I tried animating, I tried voice acting, I tried jokes, I tried everything. And a lot of my early channel, I had a channel before this that I had to drop off the face of the earth, shall we? It still can be found, so that's terrifying to think about it, but it's a lot of stuff from like 7th and 8th grade. And then my channel, this channel, the channel you're watching this right now, whether you're my college peers or people that actually look up to me somehow, some way. Why? Why do you look up to me? Don't look up to me. I'm a horrible role model. It was those early things that like I tried and failed, and I was like, you know what? No, I'm gonna stop for a while, especially since I was getting stressed by schoolwork because school sucked. But it was his words, his final last words to his audience, to his community before he just left and, did his own thing. And that hit home to me because this guy, I looked up to him a lot. And he was really funny, and I enjoyed watching his content, and it did make my day many times. And I was like, you know what? I want to be able to do that for others. I want to make content for others to enjoy, for others to find passion in, and want to make their own one day, possibly. I want to start a chain reaction where it's like, if I do this, years from now, many others will say, yeah, I did this because of her, and then they'll create things, and then many years later, they'll be like, they'll have people that made stuff from their content be like, yeah, I made it because of this person, and so on and so forth. I want to make a chain reaction so that people know that it's not an easy process. It's never an easy process. You grow slowly, you lose people, you lose subscribers, and you lose traction many, many times unless you're doing exactly what the world wants you to, which is hard and basically impossible. But in the end, you'll find yourself in a position that you weren't in prior. A position greater than you were months before. It's kind of like when you look at your art practicing over and over after you practiced a song over and over on an instrument. You realize that while you didn't see like a jump in improvement over time, if you were to record yourself day after day after day for an entire month of you practicing, there would be a huge difference. It's not instantaneous. It takes time. And it takes patience. And that's kind of what I wanted to bring forward to you guys, is that, yes, it takes a lot of patience, and it takes a lot of dedication. And for me, it took a lot of heartache, and a lot of pain, and a lot of contemplating, am I really doing what I want to do? Because if I'm doing what I want to do, would it be this thing that's so inconsistent? As I decided to start streaming this year, like, beginning of this year, completely decide, throwing all my eggs into this basket, it's like, you know what, I might as well do it, I got nothing better to do, haha. Yes, I do enjoy it. I enjoy hearing people say that I make their day. I enjoy even only having 10 people at max, 1 person as a minimum, and any number in between. And I began to realize that it takes a lot more than you'd expect. And that's kind of what I want to bring forward, that there's a growth aspect that you need to look out for if you do want to start becoming a content creator or a streamer on any sort of platform. There's going to be these little tips, these little tricks, these little tiny things that people will take notice of and find interest in. So one thing I want to really bring home right away, you need to kind of psych yourself out, but not psych yourself out enough. That sounded really contradictory, but stick with me because I'm horrible at explaining things. You want to psych yourself out and think that you're doing more, like, you have more viewers than you thought you do. You do that by, like, ignoring your view count. Don't look at your view count. Assume that you're always talking to about 4 to 5 people. Just those 4 to 5 people at the beginning. Just don't say anything. And so you want to keep talking. You never want to fall silent. You always want to seem like you're upbeat, like you're lively. You want to like keep talking, because the more that you talk, the more that when people do get impressions and click on your videos, or when they click on your streams, that they're like, hey, this person is talking and interacting with people. They're not gonna really tell that you're not actually talking to anybody or other than yourself. But that'll imply them that like you're a talkative person, and if they were to ask a question or start talking in chat or start commenting on videos, that you would comment back or you would start talking back. Though you don't want to psych yourself out to the point when you look at your statistics at the end of a stream, or if you look at the statistics on the video, you'll notice that they aren't as high as you thought they would be. Because, I mean, everybody's first stream, their first video is not going to get 100 million views in like the first sitting unless you somehow have broken the algorithm. But you want to be able to you want to be humble. You want to understand that, yes, I'm starting. It'll take a while until I, get the proper amount of people. But once I find this sweet spot, this thing that I really enjoy, that other people also enjoy, and kind of find my branding, I'll be able to continue and start growing from there. And that's kind of one of also the biggest points, is looking at your statistics constantly. Start to notice what gets you popular. What gets you most the most views. If you enjoy doing something and you're noticing that it's like getting a lot of traction, put that into context and think, like, okay, well, when I did this thing, I didn't get as many views. Like, for example, on my behalf, because I have downloaded a lot of my videos, I always constantly look at my statistics, and I always kind of make sure that, what do the people that follow me like? What gets me the most impressions? And also, what is like Twitch or YouTube really trending with right now at the moment? Because big thing is that, well, while talking about YouTube and Twitch, you'll get recommendations, you'll get, #1 trendings on YouTube, or when you search up games on Twitch or things on Twitch, you'll see what categories are the most popular, how many viewers they have at the moment, how many people are actually playing the game or, doing the activity. And those are much more important than you think they were. Honestly. Like, at first I didn't really care about those. I didn't notice them. I didn't care to notice, because I'm like, oh, well, I want to create what I want to create, and I don't care what other people think. Well, little did I know that if you hit certain sweet spots in times for streaming, or upload something around the same time that something is becoming popular, like a video game, you'll notice you're getting a lot more views than you normally would on other pieces of content. It's not rocket science. If number big on thing, your numbers will also be big. Take that with you when you leave. For example, for a long amount of time, I knew, hey, I wanted to play Minecraft because Minecraft is big. Minecraft is big no matter what. It's a game that almost everybody has played once in their lifetime. If you're not, you're literally a toddler, or you're so old, I'm so sorry for you. Though, there are even like smaller categories, smaller tags that people will look out for when they want to watch you play a game. Some of the tags that got me really popular was putting things such as like survival, multiplayer, co-op. People don't want to watch just you. They want to watch how you interact with people, how you interact with the environment around you. They want to see how your reactions are, so that they can see how funny you can be. You want to be able to show and kind of put yourself out there that you're an interesting person. So they don't really want to watch just you. And from myself, streams such as, me just playing Bed Wars by myself, as compared to playing Bed Wars with my friend Finn, or playing Bed Wars with, my boyfriend Xavier, or just playing games with multiple people in general, I begin to notice that, I have myself alone, I will fall silent due to concentration, or due to boredom, or being tired because I'm a full-time college student with no other life other than streaming and college, you know, that doesn't get me views, it doesn't get me interactions. It's not until I say, hey, look, I'm streaming with so-and-so, or I'm doing this with so-and-so, or I'm part of a large group and people are playing Minecraft together, that people are like, that is hot shit. I will watch that. Because that's honestly how it works. And I tried to see if there was a correlation between, you know, hey, look, I'm streaming with a female, another female, as compared to streaming with my boyfriend, a guy. And you'd think that, like, in a majority of streaming, or like the streaming platform and streaming in general, you see a lot more guys getting popular over girls. Well, I mean, view-wise, they were kind of similar and equal, and I got the same amount of, you know, interactions those days as I did, like, any other time. So, I mean, I wouldn't say that if you're a streamer and you try, like, introducing other, like, people, if, you know, one gender gets you more views than the other. That's not really how it works. I mean, there are other aspects that I don't really want to get into at the moment due to, you know, Twitch. Twitch likes to be unfair to certain people. But shh. So yeah, what content you put out there, what you do, and how you do it, and who you do it with, will also depend and, you know, kind of change your traction, will change how many views you get and how many people come in. And the more people that come in to watch your streams will follow you, the more people that will keep coming back time and time again. Not everybody's gonna come back, because everybody sees that notification on their phone or in the corner of their screen, or like, this is not the perfect time, so they're just gonna swipe it away. In the perspective of the big companies, the big names, the big boys like YouTube and Twitch, who are run by their parent companies of Amazon and Google, they have their own way of running things and what they're fun little quirks that makes the community really dislike them. You'll notice how earlier I brought up how on YouTube you'll get recommendations for really strange and like obscure things that for some reason was posted about 8 years ago. Like, watch this cat sneeze. It's like, that's great, but I was watching videos on how to beat this boss. Why am I suddenly getting a video on a cat sneezing? And then lo and behold, you watch the video and then boom, all you've got is cats sneezing on your For You page or on your recommendation. It's like, I didn't ask for this. I wanted to know how to beat a goddamn boss so that I can get on with my life and stop self-loathing. And I was experienced to this myself. I posted an animation, and this animation is still on my channel. If you want to go see it, I'll probably link it somewhere. Here, maybe here, or maybe there. Who knows? I'll put it somewhere. You'll never know, though. I may never know. I may not actually link it and put it just down in the description. Go watch it at your own risk. It's horrible animation. But I made an animation that at the time didn't get a lot of views, so I ignored it, and I'm like, oh, well, another flop. What are you gonna do? And I went on with my life. Year passed, got a few more views. I mean, not a lot. I'm like, okay, people are probably getting it randomly on their recommendation, because we all know how YouTube loves to go, yes, you don't have any correlation to this sort of topic, but here's this random-ass video. But it wasn't until about last year that I started to notice, way to go. No, this was a huge increase for no reason. I had never touched this video. Nobody really ever commented on it except that one person that went seizure warning, which was my own fault. I decided that, you know, black and white contrasting backgrounds was a great idea in my part. But by the end of it, and to this day, it has about 1.3 thousand views and almost 100 or so likes, I believe. And for some reason, like, it only has 2 comments. And I even said, hey, who are all you people? Lo and behold, you know, you will get random things like that. There will be those weird things, and I don't even think there's a true explanation for it other than YouTube deciding, yes, now is the great time to put this thing that is years old and has no relevance to current time out into recommendations. Because why not? People will grow overnight, and You know, if you're doing the same thing that they're doing and they suddenly boost in about 100 followers or 1,000 followers in one night, you're like, well, what are they doing that I'm doing wrong? And it's not so much you, it's so much the way that Twitch, YouTube, any sort of like platform works, that they like to pick and choose. So there's these weird things that will pick and will stick, and there's also a ton of other factors that come into play, like background sources, you know, coming from other platforms and having people from that platform follow you over, and then your click rates become higher. So then Twitch and YouTube are like, well, they're getting more clicks, let's recommend it to more people. It's such a backwards way of doing things. Like, you want to grow, and so you're trying to grow, but you need views to grow. But before you can get views, you need to be able to grow. It's kind of like the whole thing where it's like, you want a job, but you need experience. But to get experience, you need a job. Yeah, that just seems to be how our universe works in the sickest ways possible. But in the end, if you do continue and you do choose that, hey, yeah, I want to do this, I want to create, and even if you're stuck looking at just 0 viewers, even though you should be turning that viewer count off, like I said earlier, but if you're noticing that it's like everything's slowing down and it feels like you're losing more traction than you were gaining prior, it's okay. It takes time. It takes a lot of time. I've been at this for years now, if I've been doing it since 7th, 8th grade, but I'm still going. You know, I keep adapting. I just see what works. I see what doesn't work. I keep doing what I love. And, you know, as I begin to notice trends, and it's a lot of noticing trends in media and noticing trends in general with society. Like, what do people like? What do people want to see? And so it's okay to take your time. There's no rush. There's far from any rush, and in the end, I think taking it slower in the long run makes it satisfying, because you watch that growth, because you can look back at, like, your first view, like your first video, your first stream, your, like, first ever VOD, and you'll notice that you change, you alter things little by little until you're not the same as you were prior, and that's a good thing. It's good to change in positive light. And, you know, maybe one day you could become a really big streamer or a really big content creator, and you could then tell all your fans and all your people that they can do it too. 'Cause it's possible. You've seen it happen. I've seen it happen. You could do it also. And then in turn, you keep that domino effect going. And I feel like that's one of the greatest things you could do for the community. For your community, other communities, and communities to grow. Is to create a place for people to feel safe. For people to feel like that one day they have something they can do that in turn could return to the people. And in turn, we'll keep this chain of positivity going. Alright, well. Hey, you know, this is the part of the video that I'm editing in that basically is telling you guys to go do things, like subscribe to my YouTube, or go follow my Twitch. I said in the presentation that I gave the other week that I would be linking my Twitch. Don't make me regret it. Please don't bully me. I'm a 19-year-old streamer. I'm just trying to get my degree and go on with my life. And yeah, to my professor who was watching this, I tried. And to the viewers that actually watch my content on a daily basis, why? Are you children okay? Please don't tell your parents I exist. The last thing I need is for people to say, hey, look, I learned this from Snow. Snow is right. I'm like, no, don't do that. Go on, go play outside. Go sniff some grass. No, don't go sniff grass. That sounded wrong. You know, I'm gonna end the video before you guys can sue me. So yeah, go do this. And go do that. and go do whatever else I put around here. Love you guys. I see you all later. Ciao.